I want to share with you some tips to help get you through your first fasts. So hopefully by now, you've chosen your fasted window and you may even have actually tried it once or twice this week, which is great. So managing hunger is the most important part of these early stages when you're first trying to implement fasting as a daily habit. So there's lots of things you can do during a fast just to try and get you through to that first meal without breaking the fast too soon. And this is mainly going to come from the beverages that you choose to consume. So the first beverage we're going to talk about is coffee, or really any caffeinated beverage. Coffee is a really good thing to have during a fast because caffeine will suppress your hunger just to make it a little bit easier to get through to that first meal. But there is always a conversation about should you have milk with these caffeinated beverages. Now really the key is we are trying to reduce the total amount of calories you consume by closing down the feeding window, but also give your stomach a little bit of a break from breaking down calories. So in the ideal world, we would say go for a black coffee and have no milk. But if you really don't like having black coffee and you want to have the coffee as part of your morning routine, then of course you can have a small dash of milk. All I would ask that if you generally go for a large latte with maybe a sugar or a syrup, then that's not going to be the best thing for you because you're really not going to give your stomach the chance to fully rest and digest all the food that's in there. So black coffee or a small amount of milk and tea with a small amount of milk, that's absolutely fine. And then with teas, of course, you can go for herbal teas. So herbal teas, it's just good to have some flavour coming into the beverages you're consuming. So herbal teas are a really great way of pushing through to the first meal because they don't need any milk as well. Something I've used in the past that's worked really well for myself and for clients is to use stock cubes. So stock cubes are great because they make you feel like you're having something that's savoury to almost trick your brain into thinking you're actually having some sort of meal. The other good thing as well, during a fast, you'll find you're drinking quite a lot of water to get you through to that first meal. And it's good to stay hydrated, but it's really important to take in some sort of electrolytes and sodium. That just helps transport the hydrogen from the water into the cell wall itself. So it's a really nice thing to do during a fast is to consume some salt to help with staying hydrated, and having stock cubes is a really easy way of doing it. Now there are some products on the market you can use to help you get through to the fast. So these are fasting strips that have coconut oil in. There's about 90 calories per strip. So not loads of calories, but still some calories to consume. So if you find you're really struggling to try and get you through to that first meal, then there are a few products on the market that you can use that I've used with clients in the past and they have been quite successful. So one of the biggest ones I think that people go to, or the conversation is often about, is sparkling beverages. Which ones are you allowed to have? So obviously sparkling water is an absolute saviour during a fast, and I would 100% recommend to have sparkling water with you during your fasted window. And of course you can flavour it with citrus fruits like lemon, orange and lime. And then the conversation swings around to, are you allowed low calorie beverages like Diet Coke and diet sodas? Well, the reality is we're trying to reduce the amount of calories that you consume, and there are no calories in sodas that are low calorie. However, consuming a sweetener still will have an insulin response within the body, and we'll discuss insulin responses later in the 12-week program. So for now, I would say I'd urge you not to have too much sparkling drinks that are low sugar, but the choice really is yours. Generally, as a health marker, we'll be trying to reduce the amount of those drinks that you consume. But if you do find that you're struggling to get through to that first meal, and having a glass or two of a low-cal drink is what can help you get there, then of course fine, you can go for it. So you've got a few options to play with. You can go for caffeinated beverages, you can go for herbal teas, stock cubes, the fasting strips, and those either low-calorie diet sodas or sparkling water. All are really great tools. What I would say is just make sure you have them around you. Prepare for the fast. Chances to go in with just water and then get caught short, because that might make the first few fasts quite unpleasant. So I hope you found this interesting. Let me know if you need any more help from me.